Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn a very fun thing, but before that, avoid the noises in the background. I have been delaying making videos because of these noises that keep on going all day long. So now just learn to ignore them if you hear any. I hope you don't hear a lot. I do. Anyway, today we are going to learn a spelling rule, and I am going to show you how to teach it to your kids in a way that they actually retain the spelling rule and implement it when they are writing their sentences and paragraphs. Like when they are actually writing it, they have it so strong that they will actually use it when they are writing. So the rule is, it's a very common rule. I think you must be knowing it. C has two sounds, the hard sound and the soft sound. The hard sound is k and the soft sound is s. But we are not going to talk to the child in that vocabulary, because obviously what's the need of telling them that it's a hard voice and it's a soft voice? We are just going, oh my god, the bikes won't stop, the cars won't stop. Okay, it's useless using that vocabulary with them, the hard and soft. They don't need to know that. They just need to know when to use the k sound of C and when to use the s sound of C. So, in the English language, two letters C and K make the sound k. We know that. Now, we are going to talk about C. C makes two sounds. Which two sounds does it make? Birdie will tell us. Yes, it makes two sounds. K and S. Can you stop that? If you have these letter tiles, it's really good. Is working with their hands, they are actually learning better. And if you put in writing also when they are learning something, I think it's a really bad idea, because at this age writing is a bit stressful for them. So I suggest, whenever you are teaching them a spelling rule or something new like a phonic or anything, just minimize the writing part in them. So now this is like, for a 5-year-old, it's a kind of a difficult learning. So you have to work on it, and you have to work for maybe days so that they retain the concept. So let's start. I'll show you how to teach it. So you have your letter tiles. If you don't have, and if you don't want to invest in one, just cut out the papers or maybe phonic sheets and write the letters on them, cardboard. Write the letters on them and lay them like this in front of them. You start the lesson by asking them to pull down the letter C. By now, they should be knowing that the alphabets have their names and phonics. They make sounds. So when we are reading, they are reading by now, of course. So they should be knowing that the names of the alphabets and the sounds of the alphabets. So you are going to ask them, can you pull down the letter C for me? The child will pull down the letter C for you. Okay. Now you are going to tell the child that the letter C makes two sounds, K and S. Today we are going to learn, when does this letter C make the sound K and when does it make the sound S. Pull down the letter tiles A, I, and Y. The child will pull down the tiles. A, I, and Y. So now you're going to tell the child that C, if C is followed by E, I, or Y, it makes the sound S. Or in other words, if C comes before E, I, and Y, it makes the sound S. Let's take an example. We can also show them examples. As in, city. C is coming before which letter? I. I. That's why it's making the sound S. R as in scent. C is coming before E. E. That is why it's making the sound S. Or prince. Do you see that C is coming before E? That's why C is making the sound S.
Yeah, but sometimes that's an.
And the last word that we are going to see is saucy.
Saucy.
Saucy. C is coming before Y. That is why it is making the sound S. So now this is one step. You will maybe stop the lesson here and just let your child go play and do the rest on the next day. Or if your child is interested, you can carry on the lesson. Now we are going to see that when does the C make the sound K. K.
From any other letter.
Any other letter. Any other letter, if C comes before any other letter, it makes the sound K. But generally, not all these letters will come before C. We will see which other letters, like in spellings and words. Only the vowels or and r consonant blends, they are used. So you can just tell them that before any other letter. To be accurate with the letters, or I would suggest that be accurate with the letters, and that is you're going to tell them that if C comes before A, O, U, L and R, then it makes the sound K. Now you're going to ask the child to pull down the letter tiles A, O, A, U and R. So if C comes before A, O, A, R and U, it makes the sound K. Let's see some words that can help us know that does it actually make the sound K, or is it a joke? Let's see. Let's see. As in K, A, T, cat.
Yeah, it makes a sound.
K, K. Or as in K, O, S, T, cost.
It's making the sound.
G. And as in cut.
It's always making the sound.
And
Making
club. Hook. Hook. Or crop. So you see that C is making the sound K before A, O, A, U, R.
And also these letters.
Yes, but they are not used in spelling, so we are not going to test it with all of them. We are just going to test with these letters. So now, once a child gets this very strong, you have shown them the example, you are going to talk to them about these spellings, like you will show them these words and make them see that the C actually makes these sounds. So once you have introduced this concept to your child, they are getting the hang of this concept and they are learning, they're engaged, they're having fun. You're going to test them now. You are going to jumble up these letters A, E, U and R, E and Y. And the child is going to hold the K. Okay? Then they will go around the letters and they are going to tell you if C is making the sound K or if C is making the sound S. So they are going to match. C is coming before A, so it makes the sound Now C is coming before E, so it makes the sound. Good job. C is coming before U, so it makes the sound. Good job. See? Yes. Now here, good job. C is coming before. Good job. And now C is coming before Y. So that's how your child should be doing before you move to the next step. Okay, so the child has learned that concept, they know it, they're doing well with it, and the tiles are back. Now it's time to extend the lesson. We are going to see when we can use K. So when you hear the sound K, you should know when to use C and when to use K. So the first step should be really strong before you start working on this step. So you will ask your child to pull down the tile K. Ask them the sound of K now. What sound does it make? It makes the sound K. K. So you will also ask them to pull down C. They pull down C and you again ask them, what sound does C make? It makes the sound K. So now you're going to ask them to spell a word that is not following the rule that we just learned. So ask them to spell the word kit for you. What sounds did they hear? K, A, T. So they have K sounds. They are going to pull down the remaining letters A and T. A, T. Now they have to figure out what will come here. Will C come or will K come? So now you are asking them to spell out the word kit. Now let them figure out. They will have to pull out the C tile. And now they will check their rule. What sound does C make if it comes before A? So what will it be? What word will it be if you put C here? It will be, the child should say sit. Looks like sit because of the rule they just learned. This should sound out like sit. But this is not how we spell sit. So you will ask them to try out the next style. That is k, k, kit. So here they are testing out the rule. They know the rule for the C and they will always test out C first. Whenever they hear the initial sound k, they will first test it out with C. So if they hear the k sound before E, I and Y, then they know that they have to put K there. Understand? Got it? That's how we do it. So they have to be very strong with the first lesson and then automatically this will just come quick because we are learning to when you will actually tell them when to use K and when to use C if they hear the sound K. So just practice a few words like this and then when they are really strong with it, you are going to test them with just writing. Have them do this independently. Write a few words and eat out the first letter. Let them figure out what comes in the boxes. So they will first always test it with C. Check the rule. So they will test it out with C, cut. And they will go back to their lesson number 1, test it out. And if it's not correct, then they are going to test the K tile. So cut, they know that all these words start with K sound. So they have to figure out if C will come or K will come. And they are just going to use their lessons, the 2 lessons that they have already done, and fill out the boxes. You will not help them out with this. They will do this independently. And if they are able to do this, that's when you know that they have gotten the concept perfectly and you are ready to move on. But okay, like they have the concept strong, they know it now, they are using it, but they need a lot and lot of practice. So for that practice, you are going to do spelling tests with them. So I have here some words that you can practice with them. This is just for you, this is not for them. They are not reading it, they are wanting to use this concept in their writings. So this sheet is for you. Just copy it out and you are going to test them. This all is not happening in one day, maybe a week or maybe more than that. It totally depends on your child, but I would highly encourage you to stop, be very patient, be very slow, and work on each step, like strongly work on each step before moving to the next step. We are not rushing. So once you have done everything, then you are going to do the spelling test and just repeat it time and on. So you are just spelling test, you are just going to say the word and they are going to write it. Now you're not using the tiles, you are giving them a pencil and a paper to work with, and they are going to write the word. And for spelling test, always say the word once, maximum I would say twice, but not more than that. If the child misses it, then the spelling test should be scored and you are going to tell them that okay, they have missed it. So that is how actually you will know that they are getting the sounds. So you're going to dictate cab, say it once, the child will write. Take their time, you're not going to rush, you're not going to push them, just let them take their time to write the word. They will go through their knowledge that they have of the sounds and write the word, and then just keep on moving to the next word. You're not going to stop and see each and every word. So just take this spelling test of the words a few times on alternate days or maybe weekly, depending on your child's patience, stamina to sit with you and wanting to do this lesson. And then phrases. This is a little tricky, so I would suggest to do it, just do a few, maybe 3 or 4 a day. So you are just copy down these phrases and then you are going to dictate the phrases and they are just going to write, and maybe just repeat all this exercise for a month and on and off, so that they have this concept really, really strong, and it's going to work. It has worked for us. It will work for you. It will definitely make learning fun for your child. You will enjoy, they will learn, and you will be having a happy, happy heart. And so that's about it. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope that your child is going to have fun learning through this method. Go through each step with them and work on it. You are definitely going to have a strong foundation for them. So don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to leave your feedback, don't forget to like the video, and inshallah until next time, Allah Hafiz.